Rich, continuing coverage now on that deadly midair crash over our nation's capital last night when an American Airlines passenger jet and an Army helicopter collided. This afternoon, dive teams suspended operations searching for victims after recovering as many bodies as possible without risking damaging the wreckage. The National Transportation Safety Board held a news conference just hours ago, sharing they still have not recovered the critical onboard data recorders. Reporter Victoria Sanchez is at Reagan National Airport with the latest now.
We just got our full press briefing from the NTSB, and they tell us that this is going to be a thorough investigation, but they're not going to be giving us very much information until tomorrow when we get another update. That's because this is their first full day investigating this crash. Now, we heard from the chairwoman that they let the search and rescue crews go first to see if they can find any of the survivors from this crash that happened Thursday night around 9. It was the mid-air crash over the Potomac River that collided with an Army Black Hawk helicopter. What we do know from NTSB is that they said that they will be on scene as long as it takes. And they're saying also that the preliminary report will happen in 30 days. The full report will happen after they are completed. But of course, we want to know as much information as we can, as soon as we can. NTSB says they will not be speculating on the cause of the crash, on anything that led up to it. They say they're going to take their time to meticulously go over each part of this crash when it comes to the crew that was on this American Airlines flight, the crew that was on the Black Hawk helicopter, and then what happened afterwards.
We have not recovered the flight data recorders yet. We know they're there. They are underwater. This is not unusual for the NTSB. We have many times recovered flight data recorders in water. We have our lab right here that is about a mile from the NTSB, so it's not unusual. And once we get those, we'll be able to get those read.
We will take the time that's necessary, but I'd also like to reiterate, if we find something that is a significant issue that warrants immediate action, we will not hesitate to make those recommendations and make them public. There are a lot of people hurting today. We will help find out what happened. We will do it factually, and we will do it accurately.
Now, while there are a lot of different agencies involved in this investigation, including the Army, NTSB is telling us that the only information will be coming from them. So we will just await their next update, which we believe will be Friday morning. Reporting in Washington, I'm Victoria Sanchez.
Last night's deadly midair collision in Washington, D.C. may have impacted families in the Show Me State. In an interview this afternoon, U.S. Senator Josh Hawley of Missouri offered his condolences and told us how he hopes to help Missourians who may have been affected.
Well, just first of all, that Aaron and I are mourning with the families of those who have lost loved ones, praying for them. We've set up a hotline in the office to help anybody who had a loved one on that plane or fears they may have had a loved one on that plane. Please call us. You can also email us. All of that is available online. You can see it on my social media as well. We will help you in any way that we can. I'm pushing to get the passenger manifest. I still haven't seen the full list. I'd like to know if there were Missourians aboard that plane. I'm confident, sadly, that Missourians lost loved ones on the plane. I mean, I don't see how it could be otherwise with our neighboring state involved in it so closely. So we need to get answers. We need to get help to those who need it, and I'm standing by to do both.
If you had a family member or loved one on Flight 5342 that originated in Wichita, Kansas, you can email the hotline at the address there on your screen or call 202-731-1858.